Hello. So, DOTP beginning of last year, maybe, or something like that. I was sent off to a chat room, and then I had Sakshi, I had somebody called Neha, Sakshi, and I think so, one or two more people. Now, why I remembered these people because we clicked, we started talking, and I was like, oh, इनके साथ बात किया जा सकता है ठीक है थैंक गॉड आई गॉट दीज पीपल टू कनेक्ट एंड आई थिंक सो वी वर सेंड बैक टू द सेम रूम अगेन for that process. Again, I don't remember, probably not, but probably yes. And it was good, it was a good feeling in that DOTP. And then surprise, surprise, a few weeks later, Madam Neha connects and says, hey, how are you, and what have you been doing from the thing. And I'm like, oh, she's connecting to me. Toastmasters. Okay. Does she want to talk to me? And yes, of course, the initial inhibition, because I really was not, I don't have close friends in Toastmasters, because Toastmasters for me is just an hobby or an engagement. So I didn't know. And she persisted, and in fact it was great that she said that it's okay if we continue. I said yes. I was like, was I very rude that I'm not interacting with her, and that's why she's asking? Why is she asking? I'm happy to have friends. I'm generally Toastmasters में नहीं, but बाहर तो मेरे तो कुत्ते भी दोस्त होते हैं, तो I have friends from other parts of the world, so why not? So things happened, and then finally DOTP, and well, I got one of my closest friends. I have not made close friends for a long time, but this quiet, but that chirpy smile, broad eyebrows when she is enthusiastically dancing freely, just made me get fond of her as a friend. And I'm like, that's so cute, that's nice, and she speaks well. So yeah, presentable, because spick and span. I'm like, oh my god, I'm so shabby by her. So adoration as well as respect in a way. So love to have a friend like that. And then Seema's wedding came, and that's when you called me up. Other than you said that I'm coming, I would love to meet. I said, yeah, why not? And I'm like, she's coming, she's probably Seema's close friend, so will she have time for me? I mean, should I do that, or is she doing it just for the sake of it, and I'm not supposed to say yes about it? So I said yes then. And then finally, when the next day came, I am very aversive to marriages. I don't like going there, so I wanted to go into the smaller thing, and that's why I said that I would only go during the engagement. And I don't like getting dressed, so yes. And then you say that, okay, then let's catch up in the morning. I was all enthusiastic, yeah, why not? But then I thought in the evening, again, she is a close friend, I shouldn't do that. What will I do now? Jaldi jaake usse kya baat hogi? She must have come with some sorts, and I let it be. I said, I'll pick you up at that time, because I did have some chores to do. I could have, but then COVID vagera, I decided I will not go out early to that hotel or whatever. So we have, then we met in the wedding or the engagement, and though I wanted to spend time with you, but then yes, you were busy that day, so I was kind of a little sad, but I spoke to auntie. It was nice catching up with her, and I loved speaking to her. We also had some jokes, and we exchanged certain things that you do, which you irritate her with, and stuffs like that. And that was a good thing. 5 minutes chat that I had in the hall when you were busy doing whatever. And so that's that short interaction. While driving back, I was like, Maybe सुबह को आती तो था शायद थोड़ा और बात होता, but then I thought that yeah, no, she has come to Seema's wedding, so it's okay. So that was the reason why I did not do that. I wanted to bring it in there. Now coming back, then came DOTP, November 25th. I call that the Neha Day. Yeah, that's actually your birthday in my life, Adatt, right? And since then we have got so close, and you are my Adatt. You are that one filter who I know I go to get validated, and you're so truthful. You actually let me know, and I love that about you. I yearn that. I don't go to anyone else. I talk to you first because I know you will say the truth. Yeah, but and I love these small perks that you did. For example, I remember you were the one who told that I'm going to save your name as Sanju, and that to me that means from Sanjukta to Sanju. That means there's some closeness. So I like that, and I was like, okay, then it's not just acquaintances in Toastmasters. She wants me to be more friendly. I said, okay, why not? And that's how it went on. And now, as a friend, as a person, I am very expressive probably. I emote a lot, and I wanted to have this conversation so that you can see my face when I'm telling these things. And yes, sometimes I probably make somebody feel awkward, I'm sure, but those who have known me for 20 years, they are used to it, and I know I cannot expect that from Adatt, who knows me only for 3 months. Yeah, so I feel that, and I am conscious, but then that security is what makes friends different, right? You can be yourself with that person, with friends. You don't have to bother what you're saying. You don't have to bother how you're saying it. You know, they'll understand. We're all different, but we support each other. What went wrong, right? What now? I get negative vibes, and believe me, Adatt, now the vibe is so high. It is so depressing. It is so negative that even this conversation, I thought I couldn't call you and tell you this, because I fear calling you up now, because all I know I will hear is what is bad in me, what I didn't do right. What you didn't realize is, Adatt, you've become so important for me. What you say matters most. So even if I'm not something, you saying that makes me feel that. The kind of demotivation that can do. I'm not saying you don't be truthful to friends. But they are humans. I am human. It's when you say it and how you say it. You say it, right? But when you say it is different. That day morning, I was really perturbed. I was late. I was driving, and I wanted to talk to you. I didn't call you. You called me, and I wanted to just have a conversation. And you just went on saying, you know, ये तुमने गलत नहीं किया, तुम ना ये काम ठीक नहीं करती हो, you cannot do this right. So initially when you used to say things, I don't like that. You're boring me. I used to think you're kidding, right? Because friends इवन बकवास करेंगे तो ठीक है यार, हाँ बोर करेंगे तो ज़्यादा, पर मैंने तो अपने बारे में बोल रही थी. आई यूज्ड टू शेयर थिंग्स अबाउट मी एंड दैट वाज बोरिंग यू. व्हेन द सेम पर्सन, व्हेन आई शेयर द रेडियो interview, had actually celebrated and shared it across. So what went wrong, and where did that motivation go? It's makes me feel so sad. It actually made me cry in the car that day, but I let it be. I said, ठीक है, she doesn't like getting close, she's scared of getting close. That's fine, give her that lease. Yeah, but again, as I said, I am human, right? You not trusting me because of whatever reason, and three things. The first thing, we planned so much that we'll go to Baroda, I'll take you there, I'll go there, you'll take me to this park, you'll go there. It was friends, any relationship, it has to have some kind of emoting. It has to have that. You do that subtly, but sometimes you need to do that persuasively. You need to be direct in what you share. And because you are sharing negatives directly, you're not sharing positives directly. That's the challenge that I have in us. I really planned that trip so well, and just because we had a fight, we had differences, you just completely cutting that out. You telling every time now that no, it's not good to meet, it's not good to meet. Meeting is not like I'm stalking you or I'm going to harm you or demotivate you. No, friends have to meet. I just wanted to meet. That's it. And what hurt me, yes, comparative analysis. When you mentioned that Nashik mein you actually offered your colleague to come, and you had denied, saying that family time hai, you shouldn't come up. That's what hurts. You tell me don't call up, I'm disturbed, and then every now and then you say Sanjan call me up, Sanjay call me up. Okay? You say they are not your friends, I'm more important, but they are getting they are actually getting more attention than I should. Yeah, I should is wrong, I would. So it hurts. Yeah, it hurts because friends, there's some level of ownership or support and trust and prioritizing is required in friends. Second thing, so first was that planning, and then you not going out with me but planning to go out with anyone, and then you planning with others. You actually went on to plan with Clyde to tell me that he's telling me to come to your place. So if he's telling, then you will come. Wow. You went on saying bore कर रहे हो when I'm sharing things about me. यार मुझे नहीं आती है gossip, मुझे Toastmasters नहीं बात करनी है. मुझे जो बात करनी है वो तुझे पसंद नहीं है, मैं नहीं बोलती उसके बारे में. I love talking about dogs, I love sharing. So that we need to come to that common ground to have something to talk to. Yeah, and we do that, but when we start measuring that conversation कि तूने क्या बोला, मैंने क्या बोला, I get deterred. And I don't want to lose because you are Adatt. I don't want to disconnect them. But I seriously get silent. I said, ये कैसा conversation है यार? क्यों कर रही हूँ मैं? उसका time बर्बाद क्यों कर रही हूँ? That's the kind of feeling. It's not good. And then when you ridicule that in front of others and they in turn take it on them and ridicule, I did not like that aspect. That Sanjukta, you're so alone that you keep on disturbing her. Made me feel that probably that's what you feel. That's what you feel. That's what you feel. What I perceive of you is what I see or hear you doing. Like if you perceived me to be a flipper, it's because what I did. And I accept that. It's my responsibility to try to change that perception of yours. Similarly, what I perceive of you, it's your responsibility. That's how. For me, the third and the worst one that was there, I actually wrote down because I knew I would get totally boggled about here. You really think that I don't know about my vices? No, I think that's something you have to understand. I know myself better than anyone else. And I know those vices. I know them. I know the level that I have. When you think that I have them to that level that you don't trust me as a friend, I don't know, you are scared to go anywhere alone with me. Is it something that's in your head That's why you are having it. Because I don't have a problem. I have gone out with Maggie. I don't have a problem. I have made solo trips. We were planning a trip with Seema. I went out. So is it something on your head? There's nothing wrong anywhere. But you need to accept it and you need to share it. But what you were doing is demeaning friendship. For me, friendship is very important. And trust in friendship and expressing in friendship is also very important to me. Express, yes, I emote a lot, right? I know you feel unsafe there. That's okay. I've stopped, but doesn't mean I am bad or I have some other intent. I'll tell you something where I support Sanjan. Sanjan said that, okay, next time maybe you should live together. Why not? I mean, it doesn't mean that we are differently oriented. No, there are so many independent women who live together. I don't know whether you remember the movie Astitwa. There two females, they started living together. They didn't have any physical relationship. There's something called platonic relationship. There's nothing to be so aversive or it's socially not acceptable. ऐसा कुछ है नहीं भाई. इतना complicate काहे करना, है ना? I know I could have said these things earlier, but I think you are not receptive to me giving you feedback. You would have said, I don't want to hear about it. And I'm not sure how much you will hear this video. I just hope you give it for the last time, you know. तू मेरी आदत है और आदतें रहती है खुश करने के लिए और बहुत खुश करती है. जब मैं सुबह को उठती हूँ तो तेरे बारे में सोचती हूँ, तुझे गुड मॉर्निंग बोलूँ कि नहीं. Another example of the, you know, the R&D that I did to send greetings which are unique. I have never done that for anyone. I love doing those things. I'm too fond of you and the you-ness. Yeah, I am very bratty when I give comments. That's my way of showing that I can do that. I have that authority. I can do that because she's close to me. But then when you say, why did you write that? It just throws me back. I said, oh, okay. So I should be doing very good, happy and all that only, just like the others. Or maybe the others can say that. I cannot say that. It makes me feel sad. It makes me feel so distant. That's so habits, Adatt, is very important. But you know, when I have negative things, if habits inhibit, I do away with them. And I'm so demotivated. I'm so demotivated. You don't realize how much your thoughts mean to me. And I'm not saying you don't tell them to me. When you go on telling those negative thoughts, that's when it hurts. And yes, I will not go ahead with the PQD thing. I have plans. I have breached it. And I'll not go ahead with the PQD thing. I know that. Yeah, that's because of you. Because you said I'm unethical when I shared that. That's where I feel sad. You didn't mind Seema doing it. You didn't mind anyone else doing it. Only me, I have a problem. So, yeah. I am perceived as a problem box. You sad, I don't know. 20 minute तक मैं ये कर रही हूँ. I just thought I will not wish. I don't wish anything from God. I say thank you because I'll do it myself. But here, I really wished that you would have listened to me and then I would have listened to you and we'd have this conversation. But this conversation is not meant to be, so I noted down. जिस आदत से तकलीफ होने लगे, you know how I put a tag to it. You know, I stopped drinking for 1 month because I've done it too much and it's hurting. Right? So it's hurting other. It really hurts when you continuously, you've stopped saying anything good about me. You've stopped thinking good about me. You've stopped trusting. You never trusted me. That feeling ain't good. That feeling was not good that day when I disconnected from Starbucks. I regretted going to Seema's wedding, yeah, and interacting with you. So I clicked that video to have a conversation with you, to actually make my Adatt know how I actually feel now. I promised myself that I'll never again ping you, call you, because you think I'm stalking you, I'm irritating you. That feeling of disrespect, distrust, mistrust gets onto me, and I get deterred very easily. This ode to us, I just hope that you have seen this video, and I would love to speak to you. I would have loved to have this conversation with you, but I know you wanted to escape such conversations because you fear closeness. You fear getting close to someone and discussing it to this level. Yes, that's something that probably you learn for someone more important. Again, that feeling does not help, but I know you would, because there's a right time for everything. While I have promised I'm not going to initiate anything, any conversations with you personally, Toastmasters might make me do it, but otherwise I will not. And I promise that. And I will not speak if until and unless you are speaking. Now, you did give me a call in the last 2 days, and I didn't want to accept those. And thankfully, one of the times I was seriously into a review and I couldn't. But I wouldn't have accepted if I was free, because I wanted to have this conversation first with you. Because I need sorting out. Friendship is a very key aspect for me. And I know it's not the same for you or many people. But I would presume that when you're a friend, you'll respect one another. We'll grow with one another. We'll bring out the best in each other. We'll support each other. That's why I supported. I apologized. I coaxed. I tried to joke about it to make you feel at ease. But that mistrust, that you make me feel like a stalker, because the way you say no, you don't come and meet me, डर लगता है मुझे, that kind of demeanor, it's funny, but it's very insulting, yeah, in simple English. I don't know whether you'll speak back to me, whether you'll have a conversation with me. I would love to hear. Adatt, even now, I'll never forget you, but you know, आदतें जब तक अच्छी होती है, खुशी देती है, it's good to have, but never let that hurt you. For example, if I'm having alcohol for a long time, you know, I'd go for a 1 month break, right? So any habit that inhibits you, Sanju is someone who does away with it. Adatt is difficult. She'll always stay in my mind, but if I have hurt you in this video, if I have insulted you, you feel that. If I did not do a blame game, I just showed my perspective. That's why I used you so many times. My perspective about you. I know about your perspective about me. So we did not use that much of us or me in this conversation. Having to explain so much in friends, that comfort not there, that discomfort there is, it's sad. I mean, while 25th November will always be in my life your birthday, because that was the time I came to know my Adatt. But yeah, stay well and keep chirping. The public figure and the diva, the dancing queen. Yeah, I think it's good. I would have loved that maybe on my 50th year, or I would have loved to meet you and us getting better, but whatever happens, happens for a reason, right? I don't know what your reaction will be, but I thought I'll be true to myself for this one time, and here I am. That's it, a long one conversation that was required with my Adatt. Yeah, I would have loved to hear her, but she doesn't like talking along these lines. So